Hey, good morning, guys. Get everything working here. Oh man, yep, 3 minutes late. I think I got everything working. StreamYard is acting a little different this morning. Um, it didn't even allow me to do like a thumbnail, so I don't know what's up with that. I've probably done something wrong. It's kind of weird that it didn't ask the normal questions. So I hope everything's working. It might be a little bit early for everybody. Just wait for some of you guys to get in here. There's the chickens. I haven't let the chickens out yet. See, we got 2 people in here. Sorry I'm late this morning. Hey, Miss Mary, how you doing? I am just now getting to my coffee here, getting it stirred up. I don't know if you guys can hear the chickens in the background. They're over here. They won out of the coop, and I'm a little bit late getting around this morning. You doing great? Awesome. That's great. So check this out. There's my coffee cup that I made. I can't use it yet because it leaks a little bit. So I'm gonna have to put epoxy or something on the inside of it. Now that's hot. So what have you been up to, Miss Mary? You getting more stuff done on the property out there? I keep forgetting my camera's up there in that upper left-hand corner. I got the phone turned a little different this time. I should have flipped it the other way to where the comments was closer to the camera. I don't know if I can even do that right now. Let's see. Let's try it. There we go. I gotta watch it clamping it like this because I might push some buttons. So that should be a little better. It'll look like I'm actually looking at the camera when I'm reading comments. Yeah, it has been too hot. I actually got out yesterday and I got quite a bit of boards planed out yesterday for hardwood flooring. That's what I've been up to. All day yesterday, I would get out there and I would run quite a few boards through the planer, and get too hot, I would go inside, take a break, and of course I was recording at the same time. And when I'd take a break, I'd come in and edit for an hour or so. And I finally got that video uploaded this morning, but I haven't released it yet because I was going live this morning. So I'm not sure when I should release that video. I know some people say you're not supposed to put out like 2 videos a day or something like that because, I mean, and it makes sense because people get a notification from you and they will watch your video and then they'll get another notification from you later on or something. And a lot of times they, they think that it was the other video and they just dismiss it. Good morning, all handmade. What is your name again? I keep forgetting. I am horrible with names, and I guess doing lives will probably help me start remembering people's names. Ooh, it looks like we got 6 people in here. Awesome. This thing is not showing me how many thumbs up I got anymore. I think the last one I did showed how many thumbs up there was. Connie. All right, cool. I'll try to remember that. No guarantees. M&C Family Homestead. Good morning, guys. I try to do these lives early enough that, you know, it's before everyone has to get out and start getting chores done and everything, which I haven't done mine yet. I should have got up a bit earlier probably and let the chickens out, because now they hear me out here, so they're over there squawking. Miss Mary said, good morning, Al. What you guys got going on over there on the homestead? I seen Adam he's got a pond dug now. That's pretty cool. It took your husband 2 years to get it. That's bad. That's a good one. It took your husband 2 years to remember your name. Surely before you were married, right? Good morning, everybody. Guys, I have no idea what to talk about today, so it's a free-for-all. See, he's not doing much right now. Getting ready to build a cabinet for the bathroom. Cool. Grumpy Grandpa Patriot Show says, at work, but thought I'd at least say good morning. Good morning. What's up, Mark? It's good to see you in here. So you guys are back at it already again. Yeah, it is. It's nice and cool outside today. It rained, what was it, the night before last? It stormed all night long here. No, I didn't get it sealed up. It's right here. If I put coffee in it, it kind of sweats out the pores. Um, I boiled it for like an hour, and so it lost a lot of the coloring to it. Um, but yeah, it leaks a little bit, so I've got to get that done. But I've been working on trying to get some hardwood flooring done for the remodel of the house, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna actually use that in the house, because I can sell that for, I don't know, somewhere around $2.89 to $3 a square foot. And then I can actually just go buy the laminate flooring for the house um, for 60 something cents a square foot. And then it will match and I won't have to buy as much. Jack Higgins says, good morning. Good morning, Jack. Now for some reason I'm thinking the camera's up here in the upper left-hand corner. All Handmade said, hey, Grumpy Grandpa. Yeah, I can't wait for my kids to start going back to school. It's gonna be rough on them, because they're still in bed right now. They're not used to getting up early. I was up at about 4:45 this morning. I just magically woke up. I had an alarm set for 5 and I woke up earlier. Jack Higgins. Not sure I know who you are. Do you have a channel? Connie said, kids here started back this week. I'm not sure when my kids start back to school. I know the school bus hasn't been running yet, so got up to 6. Now, who am I talking to there? Is that Al or Trish? Or is that both of you got up at 6? Yeah, I'm trying to get used to the StreamYard. Only used it a few times now. Connie said, "Not my kids. My boy's 31." Yeah, my oldest, he's 18, or well, he's almost 18 now. And he's actually staying with grandma because he has a job in town, and her house is in town or close to in town, and so it's a lot less gas for him to drive from her house. So he's staying there right now. Got fog rolling in. It's kind of misty here. It's not really foggy. Still waiting for the sun to come up over my shoulder there, whichever way that is. Good morning, Trisha. Um, Miss Mary. Jack Higgins, no channel, just a subscriber who found you when you were recovering logs out of the river with the log arch trailer. Such a great build on that one. Yeah, recovering logs out of the river. I believe that was at Like a Bully Homestead, and YouTube deleted that video. I can't find it. I don't know if maybe it's a different under a different name that I'm not recognizing it, but I'm pretty sure they took the video down. I can't find it, and so I've been struggling with trying to re-edit that video to put it back out there, and then my computer crashed. I lost it. There was an entire like day or day and a half of editing that I lost. And the the file, where you like save your progress every now and then, that file's gone also. So luckily I haven't had that issue anymore with my recent videos, because the one I uploaded last night, it's 45 minutes long or so, and that thing, there's a lot of editing that went into it. It's going to be a pretty good video, I think. I enjoyed watching it. Said, wow, that is a bummer. Yeah. Yeah, the video where I thought it was titled Fishing for Logs or something like that, it's gone. And there was nothing about that video. I used YouTube Music. Hang on. We got traffic going by. That's another reason I really want to move, because we get a lot of traffic around, and it's loud. What was I talking about? All right, so the video where me and Adam was out pulling logs out of the river, like there was nothing there to get a monetization strike. There was no foul language. I mean, nothing wrong with that video. And I never got an email saying that there was anything wrong with it either. It's just gone. It's kind of weird. I used all YouTube music, the copyright-free music from Audio Library. So I don't know. Connie said, yeah, I had a video of my daughter who has passed now. My condolences. Sorry about that. On your computer, it crashed. Now it's gone. Oh man. That's the worst ones, is like memories and stuff that you really want to hold on to, and you want to, I mean, you'll always remember it in your mind, but you want to, like, periodically go back and watch videos like that, and then you lose them. It's horrible. What is she up to now? It jumped on me here. Guess they are messing with everyone's channels. Yeah, my subscriber count normally would go up 1 or 2 a day on average, and now it's just flatlined again. It's at 1,807, and it's been at that point for almost 2 weeks now. I think it's been 2 weeks. Jack Higgins said that is really crazy. Yeah, it is. Good morning, Lori Carp. Yeah, I mean, I went in and I go in periodically and I look through to see if I've got copyright strikes, and I actually had 2 emails right around the same time Jared Crocker was talking about his channel getting hit. And I think what it is, I think it's people going in, they'll just find a video of yours and they'll report it for whatever reason. And YouTube has so much to do that, they can't just, every time someone reports a video, they don't go in and just automatically go through it and watch it or whatever. They just automatically, hit it and knock it off there. And then you've got to go in and you got to fight it or whatever. But I never got any emails or anything on that one video, and there was nothing wrong with that video. I mean, there was no firearms or nothing like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure I didn't have my firearm on my hip. It was not a live video, so it doesn't matter. If it's a live video, there can't be a firearm in the video at all. So let's get caught up on comments here. What is she up to now? Said, I get other followers and they take days, even when they are public accounts. Let's see, did I miss something? No. MNC line keeps bouncing around 320 to 325. Yeah, I mean, that's normal for it to move around, but mine has it's just a solid number. It doesn't go up, it don't go down or nothing. And my views has dropped tremendously. And I'm like, I thought I was doing pretty good on my videos. I wouldn't think they would go down like that, but I don't know. It's just the algorithm, I guess. What is she up to now? Said YouTube clears videos, and they say when you upload videos that it cleared this time, but their guidelines can change later on too. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is all your videos that you put on YouTube, if it's a video you actually care about and you want to make sure you don't lose or something, you have to back that up on like an external hard drive or something. I mostly keep just my originals unless it's, just a kind of run of the mill video. I kind of look at videos like put a priority on them, like, is this just a video that I did just to throw a video out there, or is this a video that I really want to keep? Like maybe I was actually making something for somebody, and that's something I would want to hang on to. And something I might want to, at the end of the year, when I do like a review of the past year video or something, I might want that footage, to put in another video. What is she up to now? Said, it don't matter if you are monetized or not, they still mess with your channel. Yeah. When I first started YouTube 12 years ago, whatever that was, 2012 or 2013, something like that, my channel, I can't even remember. I think it was just my name, just David Hood. But my channel was all about like reloading ammunition and stuff like that, and shooting, and kind of like pretty much just like Demolition Ranch. His channel and my channel were virtually like the same stuff. And I was doing all right. I was almost monetized, and then they changed the rules. and I had to get rid of all those videos. I got rid of them all except for my very first video. It's still up there, and they actually monetize it now. So it's kind of crazy. Whiskey and Sunshine, Off Grids, good morning. Good morning, Al, or all. Having coffee with you, Dave. Awesome. Yeah, I got coffee here too. I'm not too big into coffee this morning. My stomach's a little not liking it. Lori Carp said, good morning, Al and Tricia at MNC Family Homestead. All Handmade said, she's talking to, what is she up to now? I learned my lesson. I put everything I want to keep on the drive. Yeah. I think it was you, Connie, that was telling me I needed to back everything up, which, you know, I do that for the most part. But I don't keep the original footage and the edited video. So it's going to be a little different. It has to be re-edited again. And that was about 5 days worth of footage that I have to edit. Good morning, All Handmade from Lori Carp. What is she up to now? I wish I could help you get the video back, but I don't know how to do that kind of stuff on computers. Yeah. You might, I mean, if it was on the hard drive, it could still be there. I know when things are lost on a hard drive, a lot of times the magnetism or whatever of it is just a little weaker, and sometimes they can actually go in and they can recover stuff like that if it hasn't been rewritten over. He said, my son repairs computers, and even he couldn't get it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I just wish this social media stuff, I mean, a lot of people say a great thing about doing YouTube is that, you know, you're saving these memories of family and stuff, but at the same time, it's not guaranteed to be there forever. You know, I can only imagine how much it cost for those companies to keep all those terabytes of information of all the different people in the world. That's got to be expensive. To imagine the size of servers and stuff that has to store all that. And then the cost to maintain it. Be a lot of money, but you know, they make a lot of money. Got my MT Homestead coffee cup here. I got that at the 41.36. Having breakfast with old Mike over there, old Big Mike. Thank you guys for the coffee cup. Got a Like a Bully Homestead coffee cup here somewhere. Couldn't find it this morning. I was gonna use it this morning, but couldn't find it. I think it's in there by my computer, probably behind my laptop. All right, the chat is stuck. I'm not getting any messages in there, so I don't know if you guys just aren't commenting or if it's just not showing it. We got 13 people in here, man. That is amazing right there. I mean, I never would have thought, you know, when I started doing YouTube, I never would have thought I would go live. You know, I started doing it just to make videos. I thought I would show people, you know, I mean, originally starting out, I was just trying to teach people how to reload their own ammo and everything instead of having to go to the store and buy it, how to cast their own bullets. So I did a lot of lead casting and stuff like that. And basically, I seen YouTube as a way to teach people some of the things I've learned in life. And that was really why I started YouTube. And now, you know, it's got to the point where I'm like, yeah, I could actually, you know, make a little bit of money doing YouTube, you know, doing what I really like doing. And then here recently, after the first meetup, You know, meeting the Crockers and Tim from Ridge Life and all these other great channels that were there, and really becoming part of this community has just like, it's blown my mind. And so now I want to go live and connect with you guys. I mean, it's just awesome. I mean, like I've went and met, you know, M&C Family Homestead, Al and Trish. I've been there to their home. I've seen their goats and everything back when they had their, I'm thinking it was your first baby goats that you guys had. Done some milling for y'all out there. You know, got to hang out with Adam over at Like a Bully Homestead. Just all the people that I've met is just, it's amazing. M&C said we would go live again, but signal and data is slow here. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. When I go out there, I have no signal at all. Every now and then I'll get a message or a notification, but I can't even comment back. Oh, what is she up to now? All handmade. Guess we are to get on the counter and dance for him this morning. Not like he could see. Go right on ahead. Get on the counter and dance. Get going. Connie said you wouldn't want to see me do that. I promise. Yeah, you guys wouldn't want to see me do that either. All handmade. Newsflash, he can't see us doing that in the chat room. Hey, you never know. I could invite you guys in here and you might accidentally click on it. See, I went live on Adam's channel a few times. What's up, Adam? There you are. Good morning. I seen your pond video. That was pretty stinking cool. Me personally, I would make it a little bigger. I'd have that thing like a swimming pool out there. Al said we've been making the legs for our kitchen counter out of 4x4s. Awesome. That should be nice and stout. Al says hi. Or good morning. Got the birds singing out here. We got the chickens griping at me because I haven't let them out yet. I'm down to 7 chickens now. I lost another one this last week. Jack Higgins said, did you own your own over-the-road truck? Yes, I did. I was an owner-operator for, what was it, almost 6 years, I think. I had a 98 Peterbilt 379 short hood, and I've hauled just about everything. He said, Adam said, thanks. Yeah, I thought about that. May go bigger at some point. Yeah. Maybe Clover will get in there and make it bigger. You might. I can't remember what they call it, but there's some kind of clay stuff you can sprinkle in there that'll help it seal up and hold. Probably just get like 1 bag for the size of what that is. I can't remember what they call that. I think it's bentonite clay. I think that's what it is. Miss Mary said she went to go see if she could find the video I was talking about, and she couldn't find it. Yeah, that's what blew my mind. And Adam, you know what video I'm talking about, where we went to the river and pulled those logs out, and I got stuck and all that. YouTube deleted that video, and they never sent me an email saying that I needed to fix anything on the video. I used all YouTube music on there, so there was no copyright strike or anything. They just deleted it. it's gone. So, and they did a copyright strike on 2 other videos of mine where, back in the earlier days, I was using bensound.com, and I only used the free, copyright free music. And, I didn't pay for it or anything, but they have certain songs or music, whatever, that is free for anyone to use. And all you had to do is put in the in the description, music from bensound.com, and that worked great for a while. And I guess with Bensound, the owners of that music can actually change their mind and want their stuff monetized later on. Adam said he should waller it out more. I'm going to make a pool and hot tub later as well. Sweet. Connie said, like a boy, must have people dancing on his counters. LOL. That's what she's up to. Adam, you got people dancing on your counters there? He gets quite a few people in there whenever he goes live. I got 15 people in here, and that is amazing. 15 people watching right now. I hope the thumbs up is matching that. Adam said, really? That's messed up. Yeah, I know. And what's really messed up is I was actually re-editing that video. Of course, it'll never be the same, but maybe it'll be better. But I spent like a day and a half or so on redoing that video, and I was getting ready to, or I clicked the export button, and all of a sudden, boom, I lost everything. My computer shut down, and it took me about an hour to get that thing back up and running. I've been having some issues with it here lately. M&C said, it's not me. Yeah, you won't see Al up there on the counter dancing around. Yeah, just a cat up there dancing around on the counter. Oh, dude, that's a cool cat. Dude. It should have been M&C Family Homestead. Oh. If Al's up there on the counter dancing around, you guys have probably been drinking. Well, them chickens they're telling me they're not happy with me right now because I haven't let them out of the pen yet. I don't like letting them out too early. Last time I let them out early, those chicken hawks or whatever, they fly around pretty early in the morning looking for something to attack and eat. And that's how I lost my last one. I let the chickens out early. I went into town. I came back, after getting groceries. There was no feathers in the yard. I was actually home when it happened. I came back out after bringing the groceries in the house, and then there was feathers all over my front yard. So I'm not for sure, what it was that attacked the chicken, but something took another one out. I started off with something like 16 chickens or something. Now I'm down to 7. And well, I guess it would be 17 would be the total number because we got Clud from Roost and Rescue, and we lost him the day before, I guess, the meetup, or I guess it was the night before the meetup. I was already down in Pryor, Oklahoma, and when my wife came up the next day, she told me we lost Clud. Something had gotten into the coop because she hadn't got back early enough that night to close it up, and something had already got in there. And well, I mean, he protected the ladies, but he got took out. It should have. No, I read that one. Al said, "I can barely climb anymore." Connie said, Al, you said you're using 4x4s under the counter. That's why she said that. Last year we had 20 and lost 14 in one night. Ooh, man. I know one thing. I am about ready to put the live trap out here and see what I can catch. I know I get a few skunks that get underneath my shipping container because every now and then I go out there and I can smell them, and I know they're underneath there, but there's not much I can do about them underneath the shipping container. Oh, man, I shouldn't drink so much coffee. You guys know if your newest neighbor out there is going to be keeping their land, or does anyone know yet? I'm talking to Al and Adam. Connie said they have to come out sooner or later. What do you mean, the chickens? The chickens have to come out sooner or later? I'm slow. I think that's what we're talking about here. I could leave them in there. I mean, they would be safer in there. Oh, you're probably talking about the skunk underneath the. Yeah, okay, there it is. Yeah, the skunks. All right. Yeah, see, I'm slow. Uh, yeah, they got to come out sooner or later, but it's usually at night when I'm not out there. Jack Higgins said, "Any idea when you will take the mill out to the 41.36?" Well, I wanted to do it like last month when I had the money to do it, um, but there was other plans. They weren't really ready for me to do that yet. And then I was invited out there, um, to go uh, to the 4th of July party. And so we did that. And, I don't have a job. So, and doing that right there kind of, it takes me away from doing things that make money. And so right now I don't really have the funds. And now the tags are up on my truck, um, all that kind of stuff. So I got to get some money coming in to be able to make it out there. Plus, it's been extremely hot right now. And I don't mill this time of year. Nobody that I know of really mills this time of year. I know, like, the Crockers, they get a lot of comments and stuff like, why don't you just go over and run your mill? That he has a mill that's over at Sawyer Ridge Farm. But when it's this hot, have you ever run a mill in the heat? I mean, and out in the sun, it is really hot, and that's usually something I do. October, November, December, January, February. When it's nice and cold outside, that's when you want to be milling. So I just told them, they're just about ready for me right now. They were going to be ready in like a week or two, I think. And so I talked to them, and they said, when would you want to come out? And I'm like, it's way too hot right now. It's way too hot. So we're going to have to wait till like next month or something. So, yeah. All right. Adam said, but I have a feeling they're not. All right. Again, I got off on a little tangent there, and I'm out of what are we talking about? Um, talking about the skunks, maybe. I don't know. Trisha is recovering from dropping the coffee can on her foot this morning. Ooh, ow. Dropped a coffee can. Like an actual coffee can? Like a metal one? There's a reason we always cut firewood in the fall for the next year. There's a lot of reasons to cut your firewood in the fall for the next year. I mean, I guess for one, that's just how you do it. For two, you want to wait until the leaves fall off the trees before you start cutting trees down, because that's when the sap stops flowing into the trees. So there's that reason. And a lot of times, like cutting trees that you're going to mill for like furniture and stuff, you want to actually do that on the coldest days. So you want to do your logging in the winter. Yeah, I mean, you don't really have to, but if those logs are going to end up sitting for any period of time, you know, you don't want them to get sap stained. If you're going to be selling that lumber, you know, as like high quality lumber, you don't want it sitting for very long, and you don't want it cut in the summertime. That's for sure. Joy Bless Life, what's up? What is she up to now? It's cooler than cutting in extreme heat waves. Oh yeah. And the crazy thing is, back in October, November, in that area, 2019, I remember it. Like I remember watching videos in that time where Jason Crocker was he was living in a tent. That's, you know, I quit working for about a week. I had sold my semi truck and everything, and I got the Log Arch trailer done. I started doing storm damage cleanup. That's where I got most of my logs from. And I was on a job over in Pineville, Missouri, just a little south of me. And it was, I want to say it was October or November 2019. It was pretty warm. And I knew I was getting hot, and I'd stopped sweating. I didn't think nothing of it because there was a little bit of a breeze that started coming through. And next thing I know, I was waking up on the ground in the woods and had no idea where I was. So I had passed out from heat exhaustion. And, you know, so I really can't work in really hot weather. So, and I think part of that contributing factor to that was I'd been a truck driver for 21 years, and, you know, in and out of truck driving for 21 years. And like the last 6 years or whatever, pretty much just in a truck, you know, in the air conditioning most of the time. You know, I mean, I was hauling crude oil out in western Oklahoma. So, you know, I did get in the heat and stuff out there, western Texas and everything, southern Texas. I mean, so I was in the heat here and there, but not doing physical work. And then I went straight from, you know, being a lazy truck driver pretty much to, you know, running a chainsaw and dragging logs and stuff like that. And it kicked my butt. What is she up to now? Said you had heat stroke, and now you will have to be careful in the heat from now on. Yep, that's exactly it. So I don't mill very much. I mean, you guys got to think about this. Like, if I go out to their property and they have their little campers and stuff, they don't have like a big house that's air conditioned and stuff like that. So I mean, they do have a swimming pool, but by the time you realize you're too hot and you get over to the swimming pool, it's probably too late to even make it to the swimming pool. All right. I could call my place here on the eastern shore of Maryland, the 41.10. There you go. Get her done. Do it. There's quite a few people are doing that now. That, you know, whatever their acreage is, you know, that's what they name it. 30 years of trucking, too hard physical work. Yeah. Al knows what I'm talking about. He's a trucker. Joy Bless Life said, I got a congrats from YouTube Studio last night on 1K, but waiting for email from YouTube. Not sure if they wait till you have several over that number or not. I don't know. I think when I finally hit 1,000, it took them like a month before they really said anything to me. What is she up to now? Said, in that case, being too hot, the swimming pool could put you in shock too. Yeah, probably could. Like when I was out there um, working with Al and Adam and all them over there at Roost and Rescue's property, I got too hot a couple of times, but I had that big water tote in the bed of my truck, and I would just hose myself down with that and cool off. At least then, if I passed out from going into shock or something like that, I'd just fall on the ground and not, drown in the pool. I mean, here at the house, I can still mill in the summertime. Like I can go out there for an hour or two, and I start getting too hot. I can come inside and stand in front of the air conditioner for a bit. So I mean that's what I'm kind of getting at there. It's a little different story. I mean, those guys are off grid, and it's really hot out there. I mean, it's open. And those guys, they're out there, digging in the dirt right now. I feel for them. I mean, they're right in the sun during midday and everything. That's got to be hard. Like a boy said, been there myself. Heat stroke ruins everything. Yeah, I know. You were telling me about that. Like he said, I guess you went out and passed out there by the pool or in the pool or something. Yeah, it kicks. I mean, it just kicks the crap out of you. I mean, a week or two after that, I was still recovering from that. Jack Higgins digging in the rocks. Yeah, that's what they're doing out there on the 41.36. They're digging in the rocks. I think Matt Crocker's out there right now, hanging out with them. Which kind of makes me wish I could have already went out there, so I could hang out with him too. That'd be really cool. Everyone just saying, hey, everybody. Bar Run Forge, what? We got Bar Run Forge in here. What's up? We got Altruistic Farmstead in here too. Man. Wow, we got 19 people in here. Blowing me out of the water here, guys. That's amazing. The 19 people would want to come in here and talk with me in the morning. Now, you guys let me know, like, is 7 a.m. too early or should I do 8? I mean, because 7 a.m. is almost too early for me. I mean, I had to get up by 5 o'clock this morning to get around to go live at 7, and I was pushing. I was 3 minutes late getting into my own live this morning. MNC said, gotta go. Take care of the animals now. All right, Al. See you later. Glad to see you in here this morning. What is she up to now? Said it's up to you. It's your channel. It will show up when you go live. Yeah. I mean, but I want to, like, not go live too early. Al said 7 is good for us. Al, you're an early bird like me. I think a lot of truck drivers are like that. All right, Al, we'll see you later. Take care of all them animals. Whew. Need to get me a little table out here. Everyone's saying bye to Al and Trish. Got 18 people in here now. Man, that is just amazing. I've always figured it'd probably only, be like 2 or 3. There's Crazy Ed. What's up, Crazy Ed? He said, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I seen you got you a new look like a, what is that? A 389? I think that's what they call those newer 379 style trucks. It looks like a newer one. I can't remember if it had the newer headlights on it or not. Seen you're pulling a, look like a low boy also behind it. I used to do that. Let's see, about 8 or 9 years of my life. I pulled low boys, doing heavy haul, doing pulling excavators and stuff like that around. Yeah, 389, 18 speed. Woo, man. Awesome. Yeah. I miss my 379 Pete, but at the same time I don't miss it because selling that truck, uh, I got out of a lot of debt. I was able to pay that thing off. I mean, I did make really good money with it, um, but at the same time, it costs a lot of money. So, and it was just, it was getting to the point where it didn't really make sense anymore. Uh, Gas prices were going down. I mean, I like Trump and all, but that was kind of a bad thing for me. Was he was dropping the fuel prices and everything, and when you work in the oil field and fuel prices are down, then it's kind of a, I don't know what you call it, bittersweet thing. You're like, I like the cheap fuel prices, but at the same time, it hurts the pocketbook too. That's probably one of the only jobs you'll ever be in, hauling crude oil, where you're sitting there wishing the price of fuel would go up. Um, all right, let's see. We got Coupon Gale in here. What's up? Miss Mary, Crazy Ed. Oh, Adventures in Sweetwater. You in Texas? Uh, Crazy Ed said, David, email me today so I can get your phone number or give you mine. I need to speak with you. Okay. Did I not get your phone number? I bet I didn't. Man. And we were, the whole time we were at Adams, it was like, yeah, I'm going to get your phone number. Never did I? Um, I Never Too Late Homestead. Adventures with Sweetwater. Coupon Gale. Howdy, M&C. M&C, they've already jumped out of here. Altruistic Farmstead said, I sold 6 when I got out in 2014. Let's see. I think that's right around the time I was getting into it. I went in, I started hopper bottom, and the rates in hopper bottom just, sometimes they're all right, and other times they're so horrible you can't even hardly make a living. So I got rid of the hopper bottom, and I leased on with CFI for a little while, and I was losing money big time. I mean, hemorrhaging money with that company. Every time I come through Joplin, they're like, oh, you got to fix this, you got to fix that. They're like, you got to pull the rear end out of your truck and fix a leak, because if you pulled into their inspection bay and before you got out of there, if there was one drip of gear oil or something come off that truck, you had to get it fixed before they'd send you it back out. Oh, Adam said, I'm still here, just tending to the animals. Awesome. Let's see. Adventures with Sweetwater said, hey, like a bully. What is she up to now? Okay, it's 3 numbers, area code, then 3 more numbers, and then 4 numbers. That's their phone numbers. There you go. I'll get with you. I'll tell you what my phone number is. I would give it out on here, but I don't want my phone going off all the time, because I try to shoot video with my phone sometimes, and then I don't like having to edit out the notifications and phone ringing and stuff. Adam knows my phone number. He said, Adam said, hello, everyone. Sorry I'm slacking this morning. Yeah, all handmade. She said, ain't never everything perfect on a rig. Yeah. And, you know, my truck, that 379 was in really good shape. I mean, they just, a lot of people at CFI did not like seeing a 98 Peterbilt leased on at that company. I don't know what it is. Because it kind of, when you drive a truck like that, a lot of people think, that, oh, there's what do they call it? You know, someone that doesn't follow the rules, basically. And so they try to crack down on you even more. Um, the DOT, usually when they seen my truck, they didn't mess with me, because usually when you see a guy driving a truck like that, they're not some newbie and they know what they're doing. And pretty much, I mean, they could look at your logbook, but if you drive a truck like that, you probably know what you're doing, and they ain't going to catch you on your logbook or nothing. But that was the other thing. CFI had e-logs. I had to have an e-log in there, which really messed with me. I don't want to get on a rant about e-logs again. Crazy Ed said, Adam, where you see you slacking? What is she up to now? Oh, I'm sorry that I gave out both your phone numbers. I won't do it again, but I don't have it. So you both are safe. Well, everybody has my phone number. I'm not going to tell you how to find it, but my phone number is out there. I don't know why people have this deal on YouTube and everything. Like, I don't want to give out my phone number and all this and that, because, I mean, I grew up in a time, which most of you guys probably did too, where everyone's phone number was in a phone book. Your name was literally right there with your phone number. I mean, I guess you could have it unlisted, but, technology these days, if you guys have my phone number and you start calling me, harassing me or anything, 2 clicks and you're blocked. So, I mean, it's as easy as that. I mean, I don't mind people calling me as long as they actually have a reason to call me and they're not calling me at weird hours and stuff like that, or, sending me messages and stuff all the time. So my phone's going off all the time whenever, I'm trying to shoot videos. Jack Higgins said, what is the story with Uber Freight? I don't know. Don't know. I hope they go out of business, though. I hope Uber Freight goes out of business real quick. I don't think they will, but I wish they would. It's companies like that that are hurting everybody. They're changing everything. And I think Uber Freight is, they're a lot of things they're doing in the transportation industry that's basically going to put people out of business. Altruistic Farmstead said, I had an 87 cab over Freightliner with 200,000 actual miles when I bought it. 300-inch wheelbase. Whoo, man, that's a long one. Never had an issue. Drove it 5 years from coast to coast. Yeah, and I like the look of those cab overs, but I've drove one before, and I mean, if you're over the road, it's probably not real bad. But the one I drove, I did an 8-mile haul with a pneumatic trailer hauling baking soda to an ammunitions disposal facility, I should say, I guess. And that was a pain. I mean, in and out of that truck, I hated it. It was a 98 Peterbilt cab over. Likeable said, Ed, I meant slacking at saying hello to everyone in the chat. Uh, Adam is really good with his lives. I watch him and I'm just like, man, how do you remember all these people's names? And he's just like, you know, he's with it. Adam said he's laughing at all handmade. Lori Carp said, "Hey Adam, at Lagaboy Homestead. Hello Lori. Adventures with Sweetwater. Hi Crazy Ed." So I'm kind of amazed at how many truck drivers or people that are in here that know quite a bit about trucking. That's kind of amazing. I do have a few videos out there. Back when I was in the oil field, I've got a lot of video saved up that I haven't put out on my channel. Because whenever you're working in the oil field and you don't want to lose your job, and some of my people on here that watch my channel, they probably won't get in my lives, but if they do, it'll probably be some foul language in here because that's just how they are. Guys I used to work with and stuff. But, you know, when you're working at a company or you're working for a company or something, you're leased on to someone, it's really hard to put videos like that out there because you can catch a lot of flack or lose your job or whatever. So those videos didn't get put out there at that time. And I thought, well, maybe I'll put them out later and maybe I'll just make another channel. I do have my second channel, the, what is it called? The Hillbilly Woodsman. And that was just kind of it was a channel that me and a friend of mine was going to kind of do like a skit channel where we're just, dress up like a couple of hillbillies and just make some funny videos. But I don't really have that much time to, put into that and try to plan out videos. And the two videos I have on that channel were just kind of spur of the moment, just being funny. And I was just in the mood to make a video like that day. She's giving out my phone number again. Hey, is your number 8675309? You said everybody knew your number. No, I mean, it's not hard to find my number because I do have a business here that I run out of my house. I mean, so like even my address is in my about tab on my YouTube. So I do occasionally get people who drive by here taking pictures and everything, like I'm some kind of celebrity or something. Kind of weird. It happens probably at least once a month. I'll be outside, out front working on stuff, and I'll have someone just pull up and start taking pictures of me while I'm sitting there shooting video. And several times I've actually had people stop in here, which is great because they stop in and they're like, "Yeah, I watch your channel," and we get to talking and stuff. And they, sometimes they'll even buy a piece of wood off me or something. So I mean, all I gotta say is 99% of the time I have my pew pew on me out here at the house because of snakes and stuff like that. And you never know when there's going to be a fox or coyote come up and try to kill one of my chickens. So I'm usually armed. I do have my CCW. So if somebody was to come out here, meaning harm to me or my family, they would be met with that. So I would hope that, I would never create enemies or anything on YouTube to have to worry about anything like that. So I don't know. I'm just a normal guy running a business out of my house here with a sawmill, or at least trying to. So I'm not too worried about people getting, pissed off at me or something, or thinking that, they need to harm me or anything like that. So I give out my address. You still won't find. That is right. Adam could give you his address and you guys will not be able to find it. The only way you might be able to find it is if he like gives you directions or if he was to give out the coordinates, and 99% of people don't even know how to punch in coordinates on Google Maps. So, and I used to have to do that all the time in the oil field because they will drill those wells like in New Mexico and West Texas around Pecos and all that. They drill wells out in the middle of nowhere, and they're new enough wells. Like when I was out there, all that stuff was new. Al, he was out there doing, he was hauling frac sand at that time, when everything was really booming out there. And those wells are new, so Google Maps takes a while to update, and you can look at the map and you're not going to see it. It's going to look like desert. And, so you really got to look at it and try to figure out where the little a 2-track is just basically a trail of 2 tire tracks in the gravel. And so you got to figure out how to get out there. And a lot of times, if it has rained or anything, the road is completely washed out. So let me get caught up on the chat here. Where did I leave off at? Okay, yeah, Adam. If I give out my address, yeah, you still won't find him. What is she up to now? Yeah, on YouTube, you are a celeb in some's book. Yeah. Like a Bully Homestead, I just have these guns on my shoulders. That's all I need. Yeah, right, Adam. Seen what you got out there. He's got an arsenal. What is she up to now? You don't have to worry about me. My red flyer wagon and dump garden cart won't make it. Gotta run, guys. Been great, David. Where to go? Chat jumped on me again. Catch you on the next one. All right, Connie, we'll see you later. Heather Hopper, good morning. What is she up to now? Have a blessed day, all handmade, like a bully. What is she up to now? I have the wagon. Phyllis Wimhanner, gotta go. Have a blessed one. Hey, good to see you in here. Yeah, it's 8:10 already. Wow. I'm going a little bit long on this one. Well, I'm not confined to any schedule. I could go live for 2 hours. So if you guys are enjoying it, we'll just stay on here for a little bit. Yeah, I mean, talking about that, like the stalkers and everything, I do know of a few people in our little community, our little YouTube community here. It's not so little anymore, but I know of a few people that I have actually met in person that are stalkers, not to me, but to a couple of other channels. And, the thing is, I know who you are, and you're not in here right now as far as I know. But the things that have been said to other channels from especially this one certain person is just not right. And you would never think this person would be the type of person to say the kind of things that that person has said. And you got to understand, like, all of us, we don't all know each other, but a lot of us, we talk off camera. We text and private message or whatever each other. And so, whenever there's somebody in the community who is pretty much stalking someone else, another YouTube channel, other YouTubers know about that. That word gets around pretty stinking quick. And this person, still follows me on Instagram, Facebook, all this kind of stuff. But I've never gave that person any reason to, I guess, be the way that they are towards this other channel. And, I just kind of want to put that out there. So if he sees this video in the future or whatever, I don't know if he's on here right now or not. He certainly hasn't commented, so it ain't none of you guys, but you need to stop whatever the heck you got going on in your head and stop talking to that channel like that. So really great channel. And basically he was ticked off that he wasn't invited. And no, I'm not talking about Grumpy Grandpa. He, Mark was kind of like, oh, I didn't get invited. But no, he was saying that publicly and just kind of joking around. So it's not him that I'm talking about. It's another guy. What is she up to now? Said, I'm enjoying it. Like a bully said, actually, no, my wagon is a borrowed gorilla cart. Oh, it's not a red flyer. What is she up to now? Said, oh, you have a dump lever. So do I, LOL. You have that right at Like a Bully Homestead. It's crazy how some act. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Adam probably knows exactly who I'm talking about. And me and him both have actually met this person in person on a few occasions. He was at all 3 meetups. Let's just say that. When I'm harvesting rocks, it would come in handy. Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? When I'm harvesting rocks, it would come in handy. What is she up to now? Good to see you, Dave. Kyler Compton, what's up, man? I stopped by the house the other day working on my own sawmill. Oh, yeah, see? There, right there, there's one person who actually stopped by the house, and that's probably how he actually found my channel. We got to talking. That's awesome. Good to see you in here, man. Yeah, there's quite a few people around this area that have found out that I have a sawmill, and there's some people that will just come by and just chit chat with me, and to learn a little bit about sawmilling. There's like 2 people now that are actually building their own sawmills that have come out and just to chit chat and look at my mill and kind of see what I've done with mine and all that kind of stuff, which is it's great. I like it. But there are times whenever I might be in the middle of shooting a video or something, and it kind of becomes a pain in the butt because I'd have to take out my time for doing this or that or whatever. But at the same time, I'm running a business here, so I've got to expect people just to show up randomly, and that's just how I look at it. I'm running a business out of my house here, so if you show up here during business hours, I am not going to be like, oh, I don't have time for you or nothing like that. I'm going to come out and shoot the bull with you. I enjoy talking to people. So what I have a problem with is being around crowds. When I get around a lot of people and there's a lot of noise going on, my anxiety goes to the roof, and I just got to get away for a bit. Crazy Ed said, keep it going, David. Yeah. Oh, Crazy Ed, he'll go for hours and hours. Let's see. Like a Boy Homestead. I live clear up here, and you live way where you are at. That's a long ways to go. LOL. What is she up to now? Where do you live? I don't know where you live. I may have asked you once before or something, but I'm not able to remember all that kind of stuff. Adam's laughing at what is she up to now? At least every other video, I get a visitor during filming. Never fails. Yeah. A lot of times it's Al, isn't it? Al just coming down to hang out for a few. I've never had really anybody come out and like actually come up to me and talk to me or anything or hang out that I felt uncomfortable around. The ones that make me feel uncomfortable are the ones who stop in the road out in front of my house and are taking pictures. They don't even wave, and then they just leave. They take off. Zoom. And I'm like, okay, what was that about? It's like, if you're going to come by my house, don't be weird. All right. Just don't be weird like that. Pull on in here and be like, you better wave at me because you don't want me walking out there with my hand on my hip. Oh, you live in Iowa? That's a little ways away. I mean, it's not more than a day's drive, really. Um, I've been up to Iowa many, many times, being a truck driver. I used to haul liquid fructose up there in a tanker it was Pepsi or Coke, one or the other. I used to do that load, what was it, maybe once a week. Some weeks I didn't haul it, but what is she up to now? Said at Likeable Homestead, scammers don't like me. Saying make a model for cars or Red Flyer Wagon 2008 and Dump Yard Cart 2021. But those are my cars. What is she up to now? Says up in the northeast corner, almost to Minnesota. Wow. You're way up there. Okay, so that's a full day's drive. For me. I used to run, well, I probably shouldn't say it, but I used to run about 1,200 miles a day back in a time when after the engine blew up in my semi and I had to get caught up on bills, I was running my butt off. I mean, really getting it. I wasn't being unsafe. I mean, that was a little bit in my younger days when I could really get after it and drive all day long and all night. What is she up to now? Says coffee is always on too. Sweet. Always, yeah. I don't drink that much. If I drink 2 cups, I'm doing really good. I'll tell you someone who drinks coffee, a lot of coffee, and that's Kelly from Roost and Rescue. Man. Well, her and Lewis both. They could drink coffee all day long. I can't do that. I would be wired up, bouncing off the walls. Adventures with Sweetwater said I can't do crowds either. Yeah, I mean I can for a little bit, and after a bit, I don't know. It's kind of weird because at the meetups, for the most part, I was doing all right. I guess like being out there at the mill and stuff, away from like the actual crowd, I did pretty good. And I was comfortable. Once I get comfortable around people, it's not so bad. At the after party, things like I couldn't hardly stay in the lobby because of like there's a lot going on. There's a lot of people in there, a lot of noise, and I was just like, nope, I got to go outside. When I'm outside, it's a little easier. I don't know what it is. I first noticed it whenever I would go to Walmart around if it was close to Thanksgiving or Black Friday or something like that. I'd get in the store and just like people everywhere, and I'm like in a hurry, just grab my stuff and get out of there. I don't know. I just hate going into Walmart. Never Too Late Homestead said, make that 2 pots for me. You drink 2 pots of coffee a day? That yum. Like a Boy says he's on pot number 2. Man. Well, this is my first one, and I only did about that much in it, so maybe 3 cups in there. I've got maybe a cup left in it, and it's cooling off. I like my coffee hot. What is she up to now? Said I can drink coffee and lay down to sleep. It don't wire me up. Well, I mean, if I drink too much coffee, it'd probably knock me out. I mean, I'll get so wired up and then I'll crash. But you guys want to see something funny? All I got to do is go to like Starbucks and get those chocolate covered coffee beans and start eating those by the handful, and I'll be like Beavis and Butthead. I used to do that. What is she up to now? Said I make the cowboy coffee pot, which is 36 cup. Woo! 36. Are you sure that's not like the big big one? Like what do they call that? It's man, my mind. Uh, the harvest pot. Are you sure it ain't the harvest pot? Or, the cowboy coffee pot's a little smaller than the harvest pot. Our altruistic farmstead, same here. What is she up to now? I drink it all day, probably 3 pots a day. Woo. Yeah, my mom does that. My mom, she could drink coffee all day long. She could. A thrasher, that's what they call it, a thrasher coffee pot, and it's bigger than the cowboy pot. 36 cup, and it's bigger than that. Man, that's a big one. Like the boy said, they make large cowboy coffee pots as well. See, I'm learning new stuff every day. I want one for when I have company. Yeah. Oh, Adam, when there was me and Crazy Ed and Roost and Rescue down there. So that was, Adam, me, Roost and Rescue, and I guess did Al come down for coffee also? I don't remember, but he was making coffee all day long. It seemed like. Altruistic farmstead. I need one of those. Yeah, those bigger ones, like the older ones, are kind of hard to find. I mean, if you go up to Kansas, around in there, you might find them at a yard sale once in a while. I don't know. I know I seen one up there at Delphus, Kansas. I was up there at my father-in-law's parents' place, and they had one out there in the big barn. They own like a whole bunch of farmland out there, but his dad has passed away, and his mom is living in a care facility or something now, and they lease out the ground. The farmers. Simply Jan's in the house. What's up? What's up, Simply Jan? See, it's after 8, and we got more people rolling in here. We got 15 in here still. Adventures with Sweetwater. Hey, Ilkanirim. We got Ilkanirim here. What's up, man? I seen that video you did of that big old tree. I don't know. I think you've measured it a little bit low. But it don't matter where you measure that tree. It's probably bigger than mine. Mine was 12 foot, 8.5 inches around it. And I measured it probably in the narrowest part of the trunk. I didn't want mine to get thrown out of there, but I seen that one of yours. I was like, Dad, yum, that's huge. Crazy Ed said, I can drink coffee all day long. Coffee is the only way to go. Yep. I like to drink water too. Lori Carp said, good morning, Jan. Everyone's saying hey to Jan. He said, Bill Canarin says, I'm going to go check out another one down by the alfalfa field soon. Man, you got us beat, dang it. I was like, I hope I'm going to win this. But, I think I figured it up, and it's only like 48 inches across. So the diameter would be like 48 inches. And so that would be like $48, $48, $49, something like that. I think it's kind of cool to see like how big some of the trees are, and I get a lot of people will ask me, how big of a sawmill should I get? And I'm like, you should get the biggest sawmill you can possibly get, whatever you can afford. Adventures with Sweetwater said, I love chocolate covered coffee beans. Oh yeah, those things, I get hung up on those. I was working for American Ramp Company, and let's see, I was up there by DC. I'm trying to think of the name of that town. It's pretty close to Washington, DC. I was building a skateboard park there, and my youngest brother was on my crew, and then two other guys on my crew. And one of those guys, like, he had a hang up on going and getting coffee from Starbucks. And I wasn't too big on it. And we went in there. He's like, hey, can we stop in here at Starbucks? I'm like, all right, fine. So I stop in there, and I go in there, and I'm like, I just want a coffee, right? And they're like, we don't just do coffee. So this guy's like, no, you don't want just coffee. And he's like, here's what he wants, and said my order. I'm like, all right, whatever. I tried it. And he had a little bag of chocolate covered coffee beans, and he let me try a couple of them. And so while I was in there, I was like, hey, that's pretty good. So I bought me a bag, and I had those gone in no time that day. And the next morning, I stopped in there and I got the big bag. And I tell you what, I was bouncing off the walls. Dang, that is a small tree now, isn't it? How many people does it take to give it one hug? I was actually going to name my Log Arts trailer the Tree Hugger. I was going to call it something like Hood's Tree Hugger. I hug them. Back in the day, I used to wrap a chain around each one of them before I got the log tongs. So every log I hauled off, it got a hug from me. Joy Bless Live, saying hello to everybody. That's a pretty nice morning here. The last week or so, it's been just really hot. Like, you get up in the morning, it feels like it's 100 degrees outside. Adam said, never had chocolate covered coffee beans, but I like to make my coffee with chocolate and fresh chocolate mint. Yeah. Yeah, he made that. He put some chocolate mint in it one day when I was out there. That was pretty good. And I have some mint here, but it's not the chocolate mint. Simply Jan says, what is she up to now? Hi. Jack Higgins, $20 super chat or some gas in your Dodge. Man, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's awesome. So that's two super chats for me since I've had my channel. I did a live a while back, and Greenhorn 1 Acre gave me my first super chat. That was pretty awesome. What is she up to now? Said, howdy at Simply Jan. We are growing tons of chocolate mint from Altruistic Farmstead. Sweet. Yeah, I got some mint from my mom. She has it growing all the way around her house, and that stuff has taken off like wildfire around her place. And she don't like it. And I'm like, hey, give me some of that. And so she dug some up one time when I went to go visit her and gave that to me. I put it in a bag. I brought it home. I planted it beside the garden, and it looked like it had died off. I mean, it turned brown and everything. And now this year it is taken off and it's doing pretty good. And I would like to grow a whole bunch of it and then extract the essential oils out of it. That's what I'd like to do with it. Then I can, kind of preserve it that way and be able to, add a few drops of it into my coffee or whatever. But stuff like that, I've got to learn like what I can do, like what essential oils I can use for what and everything, because that stuff could be pretty potent and the wrong stuff could probably harm you. So I've got a lot to learn about stuff like that. I would like to get like lemongrass and maybe grow a bunch of that and extract the oils from it, and start selling that stuff or something for soaps and stuff like that. Il Canarium says, simply Jan, I've almost drank a pot so what is she up to now? Said it will spread out, and if it goes into your yard, you have a great smelling yard when you cut it. Well, if it grows all over my yard, I'll just stop mowing until I'll go out there and clip it and start processing it to get the essential oils out of it. Like a boy said, my chocolate mint has gone crazy this year. Simply Jan said she better grab her a cup of coffee. Let's see. I don't want to miss nothing here. Mint can be invasive. Be careful where you plant it. I want it to grow everywhere. I wouldn't mind my entire yard being full of mint. Of course, if I had to mow the yard, then I'd probably have to wear a respirator. Yeah, I mean, I planted it right next to my garden, but the garden bed that I planted it next to isn't doing very good, so I filled it in with sawdust to, just have a place to put the sawdust pretty much. And now I have a black walnut tree growing right in the middle of that, so I'm going to let that black walnut tree grow. And I know eventually this silver maple in my front yard is going to have to be cut down. And I'm hoping that black walnut will grow up kind of in its place and provide shade on the house in the future. Supposedly the lemongrass will help keep the mosquitoes away. That would be a huge plus around here. I try to keep everything dumped out around here so we don't get very many mosquitoes. But the little creek down in the bottom of my property here, there's usually water in it if we've had any rain in the recent past. And so water will sit in there and it will breed mosquitoes. So that's kind of a pain. Crazy Ed said he could give me some chocolate mint. He has 2 huge plants. Cool. Now on a mint, can I just do a clipping from that? Like if you just clipped off a big piece of it, can I propagate that? As well as that stuff grows, I mean, as hardy as it is, you would think you might be able to do that with it. What is she up to now? Said mint helps with breathing. They use it in meds for breathing treatments, just not chocolate though. Well, yeah, the stuff I have growing here is not the chocolate mint. It's just regular mint. I actually just took a little piece of it off a leaf and chewed on it for a little bit. Pretty good. And I have asthma, and so that's one reason I like it. Like a Bully Homestead Ed, is the one I gave you still growing? Yes, Adam, and came back to life. Sweet. Yes, but no more than 20% of the plant. Oh, not to cut off more than 20% of the plant? Well, that's good to know. Because I also kind of needed to know how much I can clip off of it whenever I want to do a batch of essential oil. So a while back, I made a steel. Basically, you can buy just a steel and then get a oil water separator. It's a glass apparatus you can buy, and they're surprisingly cheap on Amazon. And basically, the liquid coming out of your worm, where you're cooling it, what do they call that? Condensing it back down. You run that through the oil water separator, and you'll see the essential oils gathering in it. So, I mean, it's a pretty simple process. Um, and I was like, man, I want to get into doing that, because at the time, essential oils was bringing a bunch of money, and I've seen it in a little bit more of an industrial setting. I went out to a place called Labby Mint out in I think it's in Colorado, um, and they have just fields and fields of mint. And I hauled an entire 53-foot trailer full of I think it's like 20-gallon drums full of essential oil from mint, and I took it to Wrigley's Experiment, and that trailer smelled like mint probably forever after that. Mm, Altruistic Farmstead said, "Good morning, Like a Boy Homestead. Um, what is she up to now? Bald hornets keep skeeters and flies. Nope, where'd it go? Uh, and other pests at bay, but you have to watch them. They sting repeatedly and will sting people too if you bother it. I don't like hornets. I'm not going to encourage hornets and stuff around here." Like a Boy said, "Good morning, Altruistic Farmstead. I also have lemon balm. Nice. I also have sweet mint and bee balm. It's about time for me to get some work done. See y'all later. Have a great one. All right, we'll see you later, Adam." Yep. Well, at 8:39, guys, we've got 16 people in here. That is really awesome. Really awesome, man. Every time I do a live now, I'm just amazed that, how many people come in here. I did a live. It was just a random live here a while back. I can't even remember. It was like a holiday or something, and I was out there cooking on the grill here in the front yard, and I went live, and I was on there for a little bit, and nobody was showing up. I think one person showed up, but they didn't say anything, and they popped back out. And I was like, "Ugh, man, I don't think anyone's going to show up." And it was the wrong time of day. So, you know, when you put yourself in that situation, it's really stressful to keep a live going when no one shows up. So, I mean, this right here, all you guys showing up in here, I really appreciate all of you. It's really awesome. Really, really awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Adam, we'll see you later. Take care of them animals. Hope you get your barn built here pretty soon, and we're finished out. Get a roof on it and all that. I don't know if you got a roof on there yet. I think you still have 2 videos out that I haven't went and watched yet. I just seen the one where you dug your pond. That was pretty cool. So yeah. Hope you guys have a great one. I think I'm just going to go ahead and jump off here. I'll give it a couple more minutes. I'd say 8:45 I'll jump off here. So if you guys have any more questions or anything, pop them in there. I'll answer any questions, I guess, unless they're crazy. I know some of you guys, you might have some crazy questions for me. Somebody was talking about dancing on counters or something earlier. So this cup's almost done. So yeah, I mean, I'm hoping in the next month or so, I'm hoping that the weather really cools off, because I need to get out there to the 41.36 and start helping them move some logs and stacking them, and get things set up where they can start peeling that bark off those logs. Roberta's Artistic Adventures. Good morning. What are you up to? We have just a few more minutes left of this live, so any questions or anything, pop them in there. Crazy Ed said, "Yes, you can." Oh, see, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about now. Simply Jen said, "It's gorgeous here, David. Have you ever milled a stump?" Um, no, only with my chainsaw. I haven't used the bandsaw mill. I haven't used that to mill a stump, but I've taken a black walnut stump before and just freehand chainsaw milled it to get the burl out of it. That's where you can really get some burly wood. You get that curly burly stuff out of the stump part of a tree, and a lot of people don't know that. And that's one reason burls, for the most part, are expensive, because they're hard to get to. A lot of times it's in the stump area of the tree where they get that from. Colleen, good morning. What are you up to? Roberta's Artistic Adventures, getting ready to go through the orchard and garden to do some watering and photography and walk my dog Lila too. Awesome. Roberta's Artistic Adventures, do you have a Instagram where you share your photos? I love doing photography, and that's pretty much what my Instagram is for. You can go to hoods.custom.shop. I may already be following you on Instagram. I don't know, but yeah, that's what I do on my Instagram. Usually, like, I'll take pictures of random stuff and post it on there. So if you guys want to be up to date on what I'm actually doing, because usually my videos come out several days after the fact, just because that's how YouTube works. You got to do editing and all that stuff. But a lot of times I'll take a picture of something that I'm doing real time and I'll post it on either my Facebook or on Instagram. And I don't friend everybody on Facebook, because I try to really kind of look through and make sure it's an actual person that's sending me a friend request on Facebook. Willis Dockery, hello. She said, have a great day. Yeah, we're at 8:45. Good morning, enjoy blessed life. Colleen. Hello, Colleen from Simply Jan. Roberta's Artistic Adventure said, @Jesus_redeemed is my Instagram. Okay, I'll try to remember that. @Jesus_redeemed. I'll go see if I can find you on there here in a little bit. All right, Colleen says, hello, Simply Jan. All right, guys, so it is 8:45, so I'm going to jump out of here and let everyone get to doing whatever it is you guys need to do today. And I appreciate all you guys for coming into my live and sitting here chatting, having coffee with me this morning. So I hope y'all guys have a blessed day. We'll see you later.